Michael, thank you, everybody. That was so beautiful. You know, has this been a week or what? We give our talks and our songs like today for next week. And those were the songs that came up, and my talk title came up. I don't know where they come from, but I thought, wow, couldn't be more appropriate for this week with what happened to, I didn't know Charlie Kirk. I didn't listen to him. I did go after this happened to listen to a little of his stuff. But before this happened, I picked my talk title, and you'll see it. It's Be Your Authentic Self. That was last week. And one of the things that triggered is, this is going to be a little long what I'm going to read, but I had intended to read this even before all that happened. And it's called A Spiritual Conspiracy. I saw this on Facebook and it just resonated with me. On the surface of the world right now, there is a war and violence, and things seem dark. But calmly and quietly, at the same time, something else is happening underground. An inner revolution is taking place, and certain individuals are being called to a higher light. It is a silent revolution from the inside out, from the ground up. This is a global operation, a spiritual conspiracy. There are sleeper cells in every nation on the planet. You won't see us on the TV. You won't read about us in the newspaper. You won't hear about us on the radio, We don't seek any glory. We don't wear any uniform. We come in all shapes and sizes, colors and styles. Most of our work, we work anonymously. We are quietly working behind the scenes in every country and culture of the world, cities big and small, mountains and valleys, in farms and villages, tribes and remote islands. You could pass by one of us on the street and not even notice. We go undercover. We remain behind the scenes. It is of no concern to us who takes the final credit, but simply that the work gets done. Occasionally, we spot each other in the street. We give a quiet nod and continue on our way. During the day, many of us pretend we have normal jobs, but behind the false storefront at night is where the real work takes place. Some call us the conscious army. We are slowly creating a new world, and with the power of our minds and hearts. We follow with passion and joy. Our orders come from the central spiritual intelligence. We are dropping soft, secret love bombs when no one is looking. Poems, hugs, music, photography, movies, kind words, smiles, meditation and prayer, dance, social activism, websites, blogs, random acts of kindness, releasing grudges, and letting go of judgments. We each express ourselves in our unique ways with our own unique gifts and talents. Be the change you want to see in the world. This is a motto that fills our hearts. We know it is the only way real transformation takes place. We know that quietly and humbly we have the power of all the oceans combined. Our work is slow and meticulous, like the formation of mountains. It is not even visible at first glance, and yet with it, tectonic plates shall be moved for centuries to come. Love is the new religion of the 21st century. You don't have to be a highly educated person to have any exceptional knowledge to understand it. It comes from the intelligence of the heart, embedded in the timeless evolutionary pulse of all human beings. Be the change you want to see in the world. Nobody else can do it for you. We are now recruiting. Perhaps you will join us, or you already have. All are welcome. The door is open. And that was written by author Brian Beer Grossi. Anyway, I just thought I'd share that with you. I was planning on sharing it with you before what happened this week happened. And so just when the caterpillar thought the world was over, it became a butterfly. So think of that, being in that cocoon and thinking, oh, this is the end of it. This is the end of it. It's terrible. It's terrible. And then you have the opportunity to spring out and be this beautiful butterfly. We all have that potential. So that's the spiritual conspiracy. And the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others, Mahatma Gandhi. So I just wanted to say, if you haven't yet, it's time to join the conscious army. I'm just suggesting, okay, it's just the good Dr. Laura saying that. You know, I looked at that picture and I thought, how blessed are we? We sometimes take all the blessings we have for granted and don't really feel them and really experience them. We focus and get attracted by negative things. We have to be very careful. So my talk title, which I picked last week before all this, was Be Your Authentic Self. Look at that little girl. She is just full of love and peace and joy. So authenticity is a spiritual practice. It's choosing love over fear, kindness over reaction, truth over illusion. If you don't really have a big spiritual practice every day, whatever, just start your day putting your hands over your heart and going, thank you, Spirit, for this day. Or if it's God, Jesus, whatever word resonates with you. But thank you for this day. Be grateful. Send that knowingness out into the world. We are like magnets. Okay, we are magnets. If we focus and get upset about stuff, what is the energy we're putting in the universe? Not saying that what happened this week wasn't painful, but how can we be better? How can we as human beings be more love in the world? So, didn't I already do that? Authenticity is spiritual practice is choosing love over fear, kindness over reaction, and truth over illusion. So I forgot the question, but the answer is love. The answer is always love. Okay? Yes, this was a very painful week. It's painful, and we're better than this. We are better than this. So I love this quote by Martin Luther King. I've decided to stick with love. Hate is too great a burden to bear. And that's so true. And yet he got shot for what he believed in. You know, he was out there trying to preach his goodness and he got killed for it. What happened to us that we can't have different opinions and perspectives without getting angry and listening with our heart and trying to learn from each other what it is we feel and why we believe the way we believe? Somehow we've lost that, I feel. Well, I haven't, but, no. I have my moments. And I love this. And remember this? I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men and women are created equal. And that's the truth. That was in 1963. You'd think by now we would have gotten the message. We would have gotten the message. We are all one. We need to realize that. And again, the more negativity, anger, hatred we put into the world, sweetheart, it's coming back to you. It's the energy you put out is what comes back to you. The universe says, oh, you hate that? All right. Let's see how you like it. Let's see how you experience it. We are so much more than that. Each one of us, whether you're Democrat, Republican, Independent, you're not even in this country, you're living, we are all here for that energy, for that love, to bring us all together as one human family where we respect each other. You know, why do we have to judge people if they're gay or straight? What business is that of you? If a person is happy with their life, get over it. Be happy with your life. I remember I was at a Neil Donald Walsh conference, and this young gay man came up to me. We just hit it off at lunch. We started talking, and then he'd written a book, and he was gay. And he told me that when he was in high school, his family, they were all machos, they were all football players, and they'd go to lunch, and they'd go, oh, look at that fag over there. Oh, my God. And he'd go, yeah, look at him. But he was gay. He'd make out with the cheerleader, but he said he was looking at the rear end of the quarterback. And because when he came out, his family didn't want anything to do with him. How could that be? It broke my heart to think that because somebody doesn't believe the way you do, that they're wrong, or they're evil, or they're going to corrupt the world. Encourage joy. Encourage people to be happy. Say, good for you. Good for you. I'm happy you found the love of your life, or I'm happy you're doing what you're doing. Why do we always like to people sometimes? Let's stop that. Let's stop that. So this is love your neighbor as yourself. How can any Christian, I shouldn't be saying that, it's being very judgmental, but anybody, I won't even say Christian, that is what we all came here for. From the very beginning was to love each other. To come here, we took these bodies from spirit so that we could experience what it's like to feel love, to feel that divine energy, to make a change in the world. You know, I don't know if you've been listening to any astrologers or people that do readings and stuff, but they talk about how these years were predicted years ago in astrology and so forth, and that this was all predicted, this thing. And what we have to know is out of chaos, it's like being in childbirth. Okay, it hurts like hell. All right? For you men who don't know. But for we women who know, it's not like, whoa, this is fun. But a beautiful life comes out of it. An opportunity to live in this world and to share and to share. And I can't imagine a parent for any reason turning their child away. for what they believe. That breaks my heart. But love your neighbor as yourself. That is just a simple teaching, and that's what we came here for. So remember this. When you squeeze an orange juice comes out because that's what is inside. When you are squeezed, what comes out is what's inside. And if anger and hate come out, that's because that's what's inside. So that's my wish and knowing for you in every day, not just when we have tragedies like we did. That has to be who we are all the time. That's why sometimes I say that anger comes up, zip it. Let it calm down and then talk from a place of peace and being open to understand what the other person is talking about. And if they're not open to you, that's okay. Just let it be. Let it be, because that's what happens sometimes when you try to share your perspective. Some people don't want to hear it. Don't be that person, okay? So I love this picture because when we live authentically, we naturally radiate love rather than fear or hate. You know, you look at little children and they're just out there enjoying life. It's the simple little things that they just find, oh my gosh, this is wonderful. Just laughing with their friend, walking through, all the leaves changing and stuff. What you can't see in that picture, which I only noticed yesterday when I was working on it, there's like little things. Looks like a mom and a dad flying down above their heads and stuff. But be authentic. Because truly you're authentic. Why are you here? You're here because you're alive and you want to enjoy every day and be at peace. And the more that we put that out there, we might be like that cocoon for a while, but know that we're getting ready to burst out. We're getting to burst out. And we have that opportunity every day. Carry that energy. People will feel it when you're even just walking by. They'll know that's a nice person. I can feel it. Smile at people. Thank people. Open a door for people. Do simple acts of kindness to show that you see them and they are human. Look at all these amazing people in here. If you're here for the first time, I apologize for my talk. I'm the snarky minister, the irreverent reverend. So anyway, but that's who I am. I'm so happy to be here today after what we've been through this week, to feel this love. But let's not just keep it here. Let's take it with us. We have no choice. So understand that you own nothing. Everything that surrounds you is temporary. Only the love in your heart will last forever. So just remember that. Take that with you. Every day, you want to know where God is? Right here. Feel that divine energy. Feel that. Be grateful for everything you have. Be grateful for some things you don't have. But live from that place of love. That's truly what this center is all about. Most of the time. No. There are moments. So, be your authentic self, which is what I try to do. I love you all. I am so grateful for all of you being here and for the love that you're putting out in the world.